9 everyday money habits that are quietly keeping the middle class broke, and how to break them. When it comes to personal finance, many middle class individuals believe that earning a steady paycheck should be enough to create financial stability. But for most, despite earning an adequate income, financial struggles continue to persist. What many don't realize is that it's not always about how much you make, it's about how you manage what you earn. Small, everyday habits may seem innocent at first, but they can quietly drain your bank account and hold you back from achieving long-term financial security. In this blog, we'll dive deep into 9 common money habits that are keeping middle-class families broke, and most importantly, how to break them for good. 1. Living paycheck to paycheck. The paycheck-to-paycheck lifestyle is one of the most common financial struggles. According to a recent survey, nearly 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. At first glance, it might seem like you're doing just fine. You're paying your bills on time, you've got a roof over your head, and there's food on the table. However, living paycheck to paycheck doesn't leave room for unexpected expenses like medical bills, car repairs, or home maintenance. Without savings, even a minor setback can send your financial situation spiraling. Real-life example, imagine your car breaks down and it costs $800 to fix. Without an emergency fund, you may have to rely on credit cards or loans, which only adds to your financial burden. The solution, the key to breaking this habit, is to prioritize building an emergency fund. Even if you start small, say saving $25 or $50 a week, it adds up over time. Aim for at least 3 months' worth of living expenses saved up. This fund will give you peace of mind knowing that you won't be financially devastated when unexpected expenses arise. 2. Underestimating the power of interest. It's easy to ignore the cost of interest, especially when it comes to credit cards or student loans. However, compound interest works against you if you're carrying high-interest debt. For example, a $5,000 credit card balance with a 20% interest rate could take years to pay off if only the minimum payments are made. That's a lot of money wasted on interest. Real-life example. If you have a $5,000 credit card balance and only make the minimum payment of $100 a month, it could take you over 10 years to pay off the debt, and you'll end up paying more than double the original balance in interest. The solution. To avoid getting stuck in the debt trap, tackle high-interest debts first using strategies like the debt snowball or avalanche methods. The debt avalanche method targets the highest interest rates first, while the snowball method targets the smallest balances to gain momentum. Either way, focus on paying off high-interest debts as quickly as possible. Once those are eliminated, redirect those payments toward savings and investments. 3. Not tracking spending. One of the most common reasons people stay broke is because they don't track where their money is going. Small purchases, like grabbing a $5 coffee every morning or buying a $20 lunch, can seem insignificant, but over time, they add up. If you're not tracking your spending, it's easy to lose sight of how much you're spending on things that don't contribute to your long-term goals. Real-life example, let's say you spend $10 a day on coffee. That's $50 a week, $200 a month, and $2,400 a year, all for a habit that doesn't contribute to your future. The solution? Start tracking every penny you spend, even if it means using an app or writing it down in a notebook. Knowing exactly where your money goes each month helps you spot areas where you can cut back. Set a budget and stick to it. Once you see where your money is leaking, you can redirect it into savings or debt repayment. 4. Living beyond your means. It's tempting to keep up with the Joneses by purchasing things that aren't in your budget, whether it's a new car, designer clothes, or the latest gadgets. But these purchases often come with high price tags and even higher monthly payments. Living beyond your means may feel good in the moment, but it leads to financial stress and debt in the long run. Real-life example. You may feel pressured to drive a luxury car because your peers have them. But if your car payment is eating up a significant portion of your income, it could be causing more harm than good to your financial future. The solution? Practice mindful spending. Before making a purchase, ask yourself whether it aligns with your goals and values. Can you afford it without going into debt? If not, consider putting it off until you can pay for it in full. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Just because you earn more doesn't mean you should spend more. 5. Not investing early enough. Many people avoid investing because they think they need a large sum of money to start. However, the truth is that the earlier you start investing, the better your chances of building wealth. If you're in your 20s or 30s, you have the advantage of time, which is a powerful tool in wealth building. The longer you invest, the more your money will grow thanks to compound interest. Real life example. Let's say you start investing $200 a month at age 25 with an average return of 7%. By the time you're 65, you'll have over $400,000 in your retirement account. However, if you wait until age 40 to start investing the same amount, you'll only have around $160,000 by retirement. The solution: start investing now, even if it's just a small amount. If you're not sure where to begin, look into employer-sponsored retirement plans or individual retirement accounts IRAs. The earlier you start, the easier it will be to accumulate wealth over time. 6. Ignoring retirement savings. Retirement might feel like a distant dream, but neglecting it now can leave you financially unprepared later in life. Many people assume they'll be able to rely on Social Security or pensions to cover their retirement, but these sources often fall short of what's needed to live comfortably in retirement. Real-life example: if you don't save for retirement early, you might find yourself in your 60s or 70s still working full-time or living on a fixed income that doesn't meet your needs. The solution: set up automatic contributions to your retirement account. If your employer offers a 401k match, take full advantage of it. Contributing to your retirement fund regularly will help you accumulate wealth for the future without even thinking about it. 7. Lack of financial education. The lack of financial literacy is another common reason people stay stuck in financial struggles. Many individuals were never taught how to manage money effectively, and as a result, they make poor financial decisions. Understanding concepts like budgeting, debt management, and investing is crucial to making smart financial choices. Real-life example: many people get into debt because they don't fully understand how interest rates and minimum payments work. As a result, they find themselves trapped in a cycle of borrowing and paying off debt with little progress. The solution: take the time to educate yourself about personal finance. Read books, listen to podcasts, or take online courses on budgeting, investing, and money management. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions about your finances. 8. Emotional spending. Emotional spending is when you use money to cope with stress, boredom, or negative emotions. You might find yourself online shopping to feel better after a bad day or splurging on expensive dinners when you're feeling down. Unfortunately, emotional spending can be a quick fix for temporary feelings, but it can lead to long-term financial consequences. Real-life example: after a tough week, you might feel tempted to buy a new pair of shoes or order takeout every night. Over time, these small indulgences can add up, leaving you with a depleted bank account and feelings of guilt. The solution: find healthier ways to cope with emotions that don't involve spending. Exercise, meditation, or journaling can all be effective stress relief techniques. When you're tempted to make an impulse purchase, take a moment to pause and reflect on whether it's truly something you need. 9. Not seeking professional advice. Many people shy away from seeking professional financial advice because they think it's too expensive or unnecessary. However, a financial advisor can provide valuable insights into your financial situation, help you create a personalized plan, and guide you towards smarter decisions. Real-life example: you might have questions about how to optimize your taxes, where to invest your savings, or whether you're on track to meet your retirement goals. A financial advisor can offer expert advice tailored to your unique situation. The solution: consider scheduling a consultation with a certified financial planner. While there may be an upfront cost, the value they provide in terms of long-term financial growth can far outweigh the price. Breaking the cycle: small changes, big results. The good news is that breaking these bad money habits is entirely possible. By making small, mindful adjustments, you can shift from a paycheck-to-paycheck lifestyle to one of financial freedom. It takes time, consistency, and effort, but the rewards are worth it. Start with 1 or 2 of the habits mentioned above and focus on improving them before moving on to the next. Over time, these changes will compound, and you'll be well on your way to financial independence. Remember, building wealth is not a race. It's about making small, deliberate changes that align with your goals. Whether you're saving for retirement, paying off debt, or building an emergency fund, every step you take brings you closer to the financial security you deserve.